Were you caught in the latest fashion trend only to realize that's downright odd? Here are the most outrageous looks you would never think people wore on the streets. Number 10. Try on those huge crazy hats. People of medieval times obviously wear their social status on their sleeves, this time on top of their heads. The larger the pieces, the better. Huge, ridiculous headpieces were the fashion craze back then. Europeans had over-the-top frets, coiffes, horned, and heart-shaped headdresses during the 15th century. China, Vietnam, and even Japan had absurd imperial headdresses. Thank goodness we evolved. Now we only see this fashion trend in pageantries and not on the streets. Number 9. Sprinkle some flour on your hair. The children's rhyme goes as Yankee Doodle went to town riding on his pony, stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni. It became popular in the West during the 18th century. The macaroni hairstyle was popular with men, but many elite women also wore wigs. These powdered wigs need a lot of flour. The bizarre thick layer of pasta hair was also topped with tiny ornaments. Number 8. Put bracelets on your neck. The Kayan tribe from the provinces of Myanmar wore bracelets on their necks. The women wore those brass coils since childhood, believing that long necks are beautiful. But these beauty ornaments weigh around 20 kilos. That's a lot of neck muscle in there. But in modern times, there's a huge decline in this custom. The younger generation no longer finds it practical. It's not easy going to work with that load. Number 7. Choke for the sake of fashion. Ruffles are pure fine designs. But if you put them on your neck with metal linings, that's very discomforting. Yet during the golden reign of Queen Elizabeth I, fluffy chokers were the trend. She was depicted in grand paintings with those thick, ruffled collars. Some designs even include thick pieces of jewelry and heavy precious stones. She might have suffered from a stiff neck a lot. Number 6. Put a ring upon your mouth. Ethiopians groove it differently. Absurd as it may sound, they put round wooden rings on the mouth. The Mercy tribe celebrates women's beauty and identity with this unusual tradition. They cut the lower lip and slip the ring until it fully heals. Women rock this style during special occasions and when serving a festive plate to their husbands. Number 5. Tattoo is beyond the skin. Modern times have gone far indeed. Tattoos were once made as a symbol of warriors. Nowadays, it's ornamentation. The brave put ink on their eyeballs. Surprisingly, there have been writings from the 150 AD of corneal tattooing. If you can't change the natural color of your eyes, you may change the cornea. Eyeball tattooing is done by inserting a painted needle into the white flesh called the cornea to get your desired look. Number 4. Rock that face bikini. China produces almost any merchandise imaginable. If there's a bikini for the body, there's also one for the face. A Chinese inventor and former accountant named Zhang Shifan found a way to protect beachgoers from extreme sun exposure, jellyfish, and probably other tourists. The tight-fitting mask is also made of the same material as bathing suits. It's a great cover-up underwater, but a very unusual summer get-up on a crowded beach. Number 3. Wear those pointy boots. These are also called Mexican tribal boots. It became males' crazy trend for their trance music in early 2009. The fashionistas dance with these shoe weapons during the dance competition. To make things more colorful, they also decorate the tip of their boots with sequins, mirrors, and even disco balls. Number 2. Plastic shoes are not glass slippers. It looks like a beautiful pair of glass shoes, but it's made of see-through PVC plastic. It's very elegant from the onset, but after an hour of wearing them, your feet are covered with greasy sweat. It's like putting a mini sauna on your toes. But there are still some fashion mongers who risk pain for the sake of beauty. Number 1. Shoelaces are true survivors. For centuries, shoelaces have survived and seen many wars and technological advances. But we still don't understand why many of our shoes have ropes placed in them. For one thing, it's hard to tie. And worse, it's hazardous if left untied. Ribbons are supposed to be on one's hair or dress, but it seems shoelaces are here to stay.